Hello, am I audible? Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
hello, hello, am I audible? Okay. Yeah. So today, first of all, we will cover unit number 8. Just one point is remaining, and that is definition of Boolean function. So it will not take much time. Just definition is there, and they have never asked any question regarding Boolean function. So just we will see that definition. Okay, before that, just we will see this example. Just one example is remaining. Find the values of function f, and that is consist of alpha and beta, and defined as beta cube tends to beta. For x1 is equals to a, x2 is equals to 1, and x3 is equals to b, where a, b, c, a, b, and 1 are the elements of Boolean algebra. 1 and alpha, this function, is the expression whose binary evolution is given in table. So, these are the three variables x1, x2, and x3, and after applying value, so after applying alpha function on these variables, its values are given here 1, 0, 1, 1. These are okay. So from this, we have to find what is the sum of product for this alpha x1, x2, x3. Okay. So for sum of product, what we are looking. So this is our final column, and for this we have to check where we have written 1. So already they have given this table, and from this table just you have to count sum of product form. Okay. So first of all we have to check this last column, and where we have written 1. So 1 is written here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times we have written 1. Now we have to check what are the respective values of x1, x2, and x3. So for this first one, values of these three variables, these are 0, 0, 0. This one, we have to take complement of this x1, x2, and x3. So first minterm is x1 complement star x2 complement star x3 complement. So now second minterm, this one is associated with 0, 1, 0. So again x1 complement star x2 star x3 complement. Then next one is associated with 0, 1, 1. So what is minterm for this sequence? 0, 1, 1. Kyle minterm 0, 1, 1. 0 means what? We have to take complement of that variable, that is x1 complement star x2 star x3. And for this last one, what will be the minterm? Its sequence is 1, 0, 1. So minterm for this sequence is
x1 star x2 complement star
yes,
x.
correct. So this is the last minterm. Now we have to connect all these minterms by XOR operation. So again they have given the value of function alpha a 1 b. Means what? This is the sequence for x1, x2, and x3. So value of x1 is a, x2 is 1, and for x3 it is b. Now we have to put all these values into this minterms. So first minterm is x1 complement star x2 complement star x3 complement. So we have to check what are the complements of these variables. So for that purpose, they have given this diagram, and from this diagram we have to define what are the complements. So complement of A is B here, complement of B is A, complement of 0 is 1 and complement of 1 is 0. Now we have to put these respective values into this formula. So x1 complement. So value of x1 is A. Means what? Complement of A. So that complement is B here. Again x2 complement. Value of x2 is 1. So 1's complement is 0. And last one x3 complement. Value of x3 is B and B's complement is A. So first bracket becomes B star 0 star A. So have you understood how we have calculated this first bracket? Hello? Someone said that? Shall I repeat this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yes. So first minterm is x1 complement star x2 complement star x3 complement, and they have given value of x1 is here. They have given value of x1 is A, x2 is 1, and for x3 it is B. And this diagram is given. So from this diagram you can find complement of each and every element. So A, B, 0, 1, this is given lattice. So here complement of A is B, complement of B is A, complement of 0 is 1 and complement of 1 is 0. Now just we have to put all these values in these respective minterms. So look here. First minterm is x1 complement star x2 complement star x3 complement. Now we know that value of x1 is A, value of x2 is 1 and value of x3 is B, because they have already given this in given example, these assignments. Now just we have to take complement of A. x1 complement means what? Value of x1 is A. So we have to take here A's complement and A's complement is B. So we have written here B. Again, second one is x2 complement. So value of x2 is 1. So 1's complement it is 0. Now third one is x3 complement. Value of x3 is B and again B's complement means what? A. So here first bracket becomes B star 0 star A. So this is our first bracket. Have you understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So likewise, we have to find the values for remaining minterms. So next one is XOR. So XOR x1 complement. So value of x1 is A. So A's complement is B. That is written over here. Star x2. Value of x2 is 1. That is given here. Star x3 complement. So value of x3 is B and B's complement it is A. So this second bracket is B star 1 star A. Now XOR x1 complement star x2 star x3. So value of x1 is A. So A's complement is B. That is written here. Star x2. Value of x2 is 1. That is given. And star x3. Value of x3 is B. So this is our third minterm. And last one is x1 star x2 complement star x3. So value of x1 is A. That is given here. x2 complement. Value of x2 is 1 and its complement is 0. And last one is x3. Value of x3 is B. So last bracket is A star 0 star B. So this is value or this is required expression for this given formula. So again, we can simplify this one. So B star 0 star A. So from this diagram, we can simplify it. So check here. B star 0 means what? Greatest lower bound of B and 0. So what is the answer? 0. Okay. So again we have to take its star operation with A. So that is given here. B star 0 star A. So again A star is 0 means what? Greatest lower bound of A and 0. So it is 0. XOR B star A. So you know diagram 0, A, B and 1. This is our given diagram. So B star 1. What will be the greatest lower bound for B star 1?
B.
B. Okay. Now B star A. Greatest lower bound of B and A. It is
0.
0. Okay. Now next one is B star 1. So its answer is B. Again B star B. So again greatest lower bound of B is B only. So value for this third bracket is B. Value for first and second bracket it is 0. Now for last bracket A star 0. So greatest lower bound of A and 0 it is 0. Again 0 star B. So again it is 0. So value of first, second and last bracket it is 0. Only value for this third bracket is B. So 0 plus 0 plus B plus 0. So final answer for this expression is B. That's why we have written here B. Have you understood this example? समझले का example?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, just one point is remaining from this chapter, and that is definition of Boolean function. So, let B star XOR complement 0, 1 be a Boolean algebra. A function f from b raised to n to b, which is associated with Boolean expression in n variables, is called as Boolean function. This what if you take mapping of one Boolean algebra with another, then that mapping is called as Boolean function. So this is the definition for Boolean function. And one more, they have never asked any question on this Boolean function. That's why there are no examples based on this, just definition is given. So what is Boolean function? Mapping of one Boolean algebra into another, and that mapping is called as Boolean function. So here we have covered our unit number A, that is lattices and Boolean algebra. So this was quite lengthy chapter. I think all of you have you understood all the concepts. Do you have any doubt regarding this chapter?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. So now we are going to start with unit number 2, and this is the last chapter, that is representation of expressions. So again, whatever part we have covered in unit number A, that is DNF, CNF, PDNF, PCNF, all those terms are here. So all those terms are repeated actually, but still they have given as a part of syllabus. That's why we are going to take it again. So this chapter is a representation of expression. So in this chapter, we are going to see normal and principal normal forms. So in this normal forms means what? That is disjunctive normal form, that is DNF, and conjunctive normal form, that is CNF. And principal normal forms means what? Principal disjunctive normal form, that is PDNF, and principal conjunctive normal form, that is PCNF. So there are total 4 forms, and we have to solve examples based on these 4 forms. Then next part is completely parenthesized infix and Polish notation. I think we have covered this point. Polish notations, that is, there are 3 types of notations: infix, prefix, and postfix, that we have already covered. And last one is theory of inference for statement calculus. So this is a new point that we are going to see. So first of all, we will cover 4 types of normal forms, and then we will see remaining points. So here at the beginning of chapter, they have given some definitions like tautology, contradiction, satisfiable, and all these definitions we have seen in unit number 1. So have you remembered what is meaning of tautology? When we say that expression gives us tautology,
All
tautology
possible outputs are true.
is if all truth values, that is, if your last column is containing all values as true, then that is called as tautology. Contradiction means what? If your last column is containing all values false, then that is called as contradiction. And satisfiable means what? If your last column is containing at least one value true, then that is called as satisfiable. So all these definitions we have already covered. Now next point is disjunctive normal form, that is DNF. So this point also we have covered in unit number 8. So what is this DNF? A product of variable and their negation in a formula is called as elementary product. Similarly, a sum of variable and their negation is called as elementary sum. So two definitions are here: elementary product and elementary sum. So if you consider any two variables P and Q, then P negation P and Q negation P and P and negation P, P and negation P, Q and negation P are called as elementary product. Why? Because all these variables are connected together by product symbol. Check here, negation P and Q. So here negation P and Q are connected together by AND symbol. Likewise, if you consider P and negation P, so again, these two variables are connected together by AND operation. So this is called as elementary product. A product of variable and their negations in a formula is called as elementary product. So here variable is given. If you consider P and negation P, variable P is given and its negation is given negation P, and these two are connected by this AND symbol, that is product symbol. That's why this is called as elementary product. So likewise we can define elementary sum. So sum of variable and their negation is called as elementary sum. So check here, P, second one is negation P or Q, negation P or P, negation Q or P or negation P, P or negation P. So here all these are connected together by this OR symbol. That's why this is called as elementary sum. This is just like मिनटर्म and मॅक्सटर्म. जसं आपण युनिट नंबर 8 मध्ये बघितलंय, मिनटर्म and मॅक्सटर्म. मिनटर्म फॉर एलिमेंटरी सम and मॅक्सटर्म फॉर एलिमेंटरी प्रोडक्ट. सेम डेफिनेशन आहे, म्हणजे त्याचे फॉर्म्युले सेमच आहेत जे आपण डिराइव्ह केले तिथे. जस्ट नेम इज गिवन ॲज डिफरंट. So here some statements are given. A necessary and sufficient condition for an elementary product to be identically false is that it contains at least one pair of factors in which one is negation of another. So why this condition is given? When we can say that value for any formula becomes false for this conjunction operation. Product operation साठी final value false कधी येणार आहे? What are the possible conditions? एक तर दोघांची व्हॅल्यू फॉल्स पाहिजे किंवा एक कुठल्या व्हेरिएबलची व्हॅल्यू फॉल्स पाहिजे. नाउ कन्सिडर दिस फॉर्म्युला P and negation P. So what is this final value? Yes. What is the value for this expression P and negation P? And this is product operation between P and negation P. So its final value is
False.
is false. That's why this condition is given. A necessary and sufficient condition for elementary product to be identically false is that it contains at least one pair of factor in which one is negation of another. Now check here. If you take this formula P and negation P, so here variable P and its negation is given, and these two are connected together by product. So product means what? Again P and negation P, its value becomes 4. So this is the condition for product operation. Now likewise we can define the necessary and sufficient condition for sum operation. So this is, it should contain at least one pair such that one is negation of another. So likewise P or negation P, its value is true. So these are the two conditions. Now next one is disjunctive normal form, that is DNF. A formula which is equivalent to given formula and which consists of sum of elementary products is called as disjunctive normal form. So this is the definition for DNF. A formula which is equivalent to given formula and consists of sum of elementary products. So this term is very important, sum of elementary products. So sum of elementary products means what? Outside of bracket sum should be there, inside the bracket product should be there. Is called as disjunctive normal form of given formula. Now here they have given some examples, from that you will get idea about DNF. Obtain disjunctive normal form, that is DNF of P and P conditional Q. Are you getting noise?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, some construction is going on here. That's fine. Okay, just try to focus. First example is given as P and P conditional Q, and we have to obtain DNF for same. So first of all, we have to solve this bracket, that is P conditional Q. So what is its conversion? How we can simplify? We have to take negation of first variable and we have to keep second variable as it is, and those should be connected by OR symbol, that is negation P or Q. So this is its simplified form and that is written over here. Now P and negation P or Q. So here we can apply distributive law, that is P and negation P, this is one bracket, or P and Q, this is another bracket. Now check here whether we got DNF form. Outside the bracket or should be there, inside the bracket and should be there. So and means what? These are two elementary products. Check here. first one P and negation P, and second P and Q. These two are elementary products, and these are connected by OR symbol. Means what? Sum of elementary products. Now check here what we have written in definition. A formula which is equivalent to given formula and consists of sum of elementary products is, and here we got sum of elementary products. That's why this is required DNF for this given formula. Have you understood this example? Just we have simplified it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first we converted this conditional into equivalent formula and just we applied distributive law. Now second one is given as negation of P or Q by conditional P and Q. So for this they have to use this formula R by conditional S. This is equivalent to R and S or negation R and negation S. So here they have given this in question only. That's why we have to use this formula only. So just check here what are the values of R and S. So R by conditional S, and for this one they have given equivalent formula. So here R is equals to negation of P or Q and S equals to P and Q. Okay. Now just we have to substitute these values in given formula. So first term is R and S. So value of R is negation P or Q and S is P and Q. So this is our first term R and S. Now second term is OR negation R and negation S. So OR symbol is written here. Negation of R. So here negation of negation P or Q. So negation will get cancelled and you will get P or Q. So that term is written here, and negation S. So again we have to take negation of P and Q. So that is given here. What we did in step number 1, just we have substituted values of R and S in this given formula. So have you understood up to this step number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now in this step number 2, we have to apply this negation inside the bracket. So what will be the formula now? Negation apply kara. Here that negation is applied to P or Q. Okay. So if you apply this over bracket, you will get negation P and negation Q. Okay. So this is written here, negation P and negation Q, and P and Q, and P and Q. So this is our first bracket. हे निगेशन कसं अप्लाय केलं समजलं का? जेव्हा तुम्ही निगेशन एखाद्या ब्रॅकेट वर अप्लाय करता तेव्हा काय होणार? That negation will get applied to each and every variable separately, and OR becomes and becomes OR. So now here this OR becomes AND. That's why negation P and negation Q. And then remaining term and P and Q. So those are added here, and P and Q. So likewise we have simplified this first bracket. Or now check here, P or Q and negation of P and Q. So again we can apply this negation over this bracket. So what will be the answer if you apply this negation inside the bracket? Yes. आन्सर काय येईल ब्रॅकेट अप्लाय निगेशन जर ब्रॅकेट वर अप्लाय केलं तर? All this we have seen in unit number 1. Is it so difficult? निगेशन तर अप्लाय करायचे, रूल्स तर माहिती आहेत तुम्हाला. काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे?
negation P or negation Q.
Yes, negation P or negation Q. So here that we have written negation P or negation Q, and its first bracket was P or Q. That is written here. So in the next term, what we did, we have applied here distributive law as P or Q and negation P. This is one bracket, or this or is written here again P or Q and negation Q. This is second bracket. Just we applied here distributive law. Now check here. First bracket we kept as it is, or P and negation P. This is one bracket. Again here we are going to apply distributive law, or Q and negation Q, or P and negation Q. This is one bracket, or Q and negation Q. Again we applied distributive law. So here now check, each and every bracket is containing and outside the bracket or is there. So these are the elementary products 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 5 are elementary products and those are connected together by sum operation. So sum of elementary products. So this is required DNF, that is disjunctive normal form. Have we understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So just you have to remember that for this DNF, DNF means what? Sum of elementary products. So likewise, we have to see what is CNF. So CNF is conjunctive normal form. So what is the definition for CNF? A formula which is equivalent to given formula and consists of product of elementary sums is called as CNF. So you have to remember these definitions as for DNF, what is the term there? Sum of elementary products. And for CNF, product of elementary sums. So don't be confused. Just remember, conjunctive normal form म्हणजे काय आहे? Outside the bracket काय पाहिजे? Product, and inside the bracket sum should be there. So this is product of elementary sum. So whatever questions we saw for DNF, same formulas we have to see for CNF. So obtain the conjunctive normal form of each of these formulas given in following examples. So first one is given as P and P conditional Q. So now again we have to convert this P conditional Q into its equivalent formula as negation P or Q, and this P and we kept as it is. Now check here whether this is required form. Is because outside the bracket and is there, inside the bracket or is there. And for this first one, first variable is single variable. That's why there is no problem. So this is required CNF, that is product of elementary sum. So P, and second one is negation P or Q. These are elementary sums and these two are connected together by AND operation or product operation. That's why this is product of elementary sums. Okay. Have we understood? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, again, second example is also same. That is negation of P or Q. Just a minute. So second one is negation of P or Q by conditional P and Q. And here they have given, we have to apply this formula R by conditional S. This is equivalent to R conditional S and S conditional R. Now again, value of R is negation P or Q and value of S is P and Q. So just we have to substitute all these values in given formula. So R conditional S means what? Negation of P or Q, conditional P and Q. Now second one, and S conditional R. So S is P and Q, conditional negation P or Q. So if you remove that conditional, you will get formula like P or Q or P and Q. This is first bracket. And second one, if you remove this conditional, then negation of P and Q or negation of P and negation of Q. So this is our second bracket. So just we have applied this given formula and after that we have removed this conditional. Now check here. Again we have to apply distributive law as P or Q or P. This is our first bracket and P or Q or Q. This is second bracket. Just we have applied distributive law over these two brackets P or Q or P and Q. Once again check it. First bracket काय घेतला आपण P or Q or P. Okay, this is our first bracket and P or Q or Q. This is second bracket. And now we have to apply this negation inside. Negation of P or negation Q or negation P and negation Q. So just we have applied this negation over this bracket. So this and becomes OR. So check here P or Q or P. This is first bracket and P or Q or Q. This is second bracket and so again we have to apply here a distributive law as negation P or negation Q or negation P. This is one bracket and negation P or negation Q or negation Q. This is last bracket. Now check here. After applying distributive law, whatever form we got, that is CNF, that is product of elementary sum. This what? Outside the bracket, product should be there and inside the bracket, sum should be there. Now check whether this form is correct for all the brackets. Yes. So here all the brackets are containing inside the bracket as OR and outside the bracket as AND. That's why this is correct CNF for this given formula. Have you understood what is CNF? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So just you have to remember DNF means what? Sum of elementary product. And CNF means what? Product of elementary sums. So if you remember this definition, then you will get idea how to simplify it to convert the given expression into required form. So these are the two forms out of four. So what are the four forms? First one is DNF, then CNF, third one is PDNF, and last one is PCNF. So out of these four forms, we have seen DNF and CNF today. Next lecture, we are going to see what are the formulas for PDNF and PCNF and how to obtain it. Already we have seen how to obtain PDNF and PCNF from both the methods by using truth table and by using algebraic method. That is in unit number 8. So same rules we have to apply here to find out PDNF and PCNF of given expression. But that part we will see next lecture. So just tell me, do you have any doubt regarding DNF and CNF? Yes? Hello?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So
No,
just
ma'am.
two formulas are remaining and those two forms we will see next lecture. So before that, I want to make one announcement. So we have covered total 7 chapters. Just one chapter is remaining and that also we are going to cover within 1 week or 1.5 week. But as part of term work, you have to write tutorial for each and every unit. So for that purpose, I am going to give you only 4 questions per unit. You have to write those 4 questions. You have to solve it on one page and you have to make PDF of that page and you have to send me on email ID or I will share one folder with you. You have to upload those PDFs in that folder. Then only you will get full marks of your term work. तर तुम्हाला काय करायचंय मी तुम्हाला प्रत्येक चॅप्टरवर 4च क्वेश्चन्स देणार आहे ऍज अ पार्ट ऑफ ट्युटोरियल. तर ते 4 क्वेश्चन तुम्हाला सॉल्व्ह करायचे आणि त्या पेजची पीडीएफ बनवायची आणि ती पीडीएफ तुम्हाला ड्राईव्हवर अपलोड करायची. ती ड्राईव्हची लिंक शेअर करायची. हॅलो, समजलं काय करायचंय?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So tomorrow I will share the link for those folders. I will make separate folder for each and every unit. Suppose unit number 1 असेल तर त्याच्यासाठीचं सेपरेट फोल्डर असेल. युनिट नंबर 2 साठी सेपरेट असेल तर तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी काय करायचे आपली आपली पीडीएफ तुमच्या नावाने सेव्ह करायचे किंवा रोल नंबर _1 रोल नंबर 1 असेल तर नेम कसं देणार आहे त्या पीडीएफला रोल नंबर _1 रोल नंबर _2 म्हणजे ते समजेल की कोणी सेंड केले आणि त्या पेजवर तुमचा नेम येईल रोल नंबर येईल आणि क्लास येईल. तर ते पेज तुम्हाला तिथे अपलोड करायचे. असं तुम्हाला प्रत्येक युनिट साठी ट्युटोरियल सॉल्व्ह करायचे. देन ओनली यू विल गेट फुल मार्क्स फॉर युअर टर्म वर्क. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tomorrow I will share that link with you. Accordingly, you have to submit those questions with answers. तुमच्या व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुपवर मी ट्युटोरियलचे क्वेश्चन्स टाकते. टोटल आपल्याला 8 ट्युटोरियल आहेत. 1 ट्युटोरियल पर युनिट. तसं तुम्हाला ते सॉल्व्ह करून त्या फोल्डर मध्ये अपलोड करावं लागेल. Give me presenting. Roll number 1.
Yes, ma'am.
2.
Yes, ma'am.
3.
Yes, ma'am.
4.
Yes, ma'am.
5.
Present, ma'am.
6. Roll number 6. 7.
Present, ma'am.
8.
Present, ma'am.
9. 9 is present. Okay. 10.
Present, ma'am.
11.
Present, ma'am.
12. 13.
Present, ma'am.
14.
Present, ma'am.
14 is present.
Present, ma'am.
16,
Present, ma'am.
17, 18,
Present, ma'am.
19,
Present, ma'am.
20, 21,
Yes, ma'am.
22,
Present, ma'am.
23,
Present, ma'am.
24,
Yes, ma'am.
25,
Yes, ma'am.
26,
Present, ma'am.
27,
Present, ma'am.
28,
Present, ma'am.
29,
Yes, ma'am.
30,
Present, ma'am.
31,
Yes, ma'am.
32,
Present, ma'am.
33,
Present, ma'am.
34,
Present, ma'am.
35,
Present, ma'am.
36, 37,
Present.
38,
Present, ma'am.
39,
Yes, ma'am.
40,
Present, ma'am.
41,
Present, ma'am.
42,
36.
36,
Yes, ma'am.
42,
Yes, ma'am.
43,
Present, ma'am.
44,
Yes, ma'am.
45, 45, 46,
Yes, ma'am.
47, 48, 49,
Yes, ma'am.
50,
Present, ma'am.
51,
Present, ma'am.
52,
Present, ma'am.
53, 54, present, 55,
Present, ma'am.
56, 57,
Yes, ma'am.
58,
Yes, ma'am.
59, 60, present, 61,
Present, ma'am.
62, 63,
Present, ma'am.
64,
Yes, ma'am.
65, 66, present, 67,
Present, ma'am.
68, present, 69, 70, okay, check for absent numbers, roll number 6, 12, 17, 20, 45, 47, 48, 53, 56, 59, 65, 69, and 70. Okay,
I'm
so today
36.
30, yes, 36 is present.
Okay, ma'am.
Oh. So today we will stop here. Thank you.